Ladies and gentlemen, good night. Welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saeed Ali, spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, viewers, you can view me live on Facebook, STV Real Talk with Saeed. And you could even look at us on YouTube, Real Talk with Saeed. I want to say a special good night to viewers in St. Vincent, Grenada, Toronto, and Miami. For businessmen who would like to advertise on Real Talk, you can contact me. My numbers are on screen. Feel free. Watch your business grow. Now, viewers, after Real Talk burst the story with the hijab issue and Satmaraj, that have been running throughout Trinidad for some days. For some days. Satmaraj bashing Kamala, saying she's not wanted. She should not attend the Indian Arrival Day. All sorts of things. But Kazim Hussein has given her a new position in rural development. Congratulations to him. There is a school. Some parents have contacted me about a school in Barapo. Guys, you have the video clip? And these parents are saying that the principal at that school is denying their children entry. One parent said that the principal told her her 4-year-old child is not qualified to enter this school that you are seeing on your screen. More than one parent has came forth and told me about the same thing. The principal are telling them their children are not qualified. Now I want to know from you, the viewers of Real Talk, what qualification does a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old need to enter primary school, first year? You let me know. 622-9785, 628-6093. Now I was shocked. That school that you just saw is a Vedic school in Barapo. I was shocked when parents came to me and told me that. I tried to contact the school, but it went unanswered. Caller, good night.
Good evening, Mr. Saeed. Mr. Saeed, it's quite obvious that that headmistress and deputy headmistress are not fit to be on that program, that school. A mistake was made by the Ministry of Education, and that is, that is not unusual because our Minister of Education is always sleeping. So for me, it's to remove both of them, because what criteria does a 4-year-old need to get into a school? Come on, a PhD? Get real. Look into it, Mr. Garcia. I am forever calling on you to look into these indiscretions, and I don't see you doing anything. I will come with my picket and stand in front of your office and embarrass you, sir. You have a blessed day, Mr. Saeed. Thanks out.
Thank you, Tansi. Some parents have been complaining that the principal are taking 4-year-olds from outside of Barapore. Caller, good night.
Yes, Mr. Saeed Ali. Blessed and good night.
Good night.
You know them for the school and them especially, right? The principal just want to know if the parents and them have money and thing and the rich and thing. And that's why they pick and choose. You hear me?
I listen to you.
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead, make your comment.
Hello?
Yes, caller, make your comment.
Yes, they just want to know the principal just want to know if the parents and them have money and thing now. So they pick and choose who they want. But I just want to tell you a little something, eh? They want to ban grammar zone. They say people committing suicide and drinking grammar zone. But when they would drink other poison like Lanit and thing, have a blessed night, sir.
Thank you, caller. Caller, good night.
Good night, caller.
Good night, my dear.
Good night, Mr. Saeed Ali. I would like to find out.
Caller, are you there?
Yes, I would like to find out. The all things say the children life and money going to finish, but what happened to coffee money? Is it finished as yet?
Caller, could you kindly listen to your phone, on your phone and not on the television? She's there? Apparently we lost that. Caller, good night.
Yes, good night.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night. I want to say something about the Vedic school. Number one, the Vedic school does not fall under the Mahasabha board. Number one, they have their own Vedic board. Number two, them parents here they talking about about 4-year-old. And not that alone, a few other students, they does not, the parents with bigger brothers and sisters and all them things, the parents are telling you that. They come into school very late every day because they don't want to say the Hindu prayers, right? If you have somebody coming to your school every day late because they don't want to say the Hindu prayers and they always breaking the rules, what would you expect? Take more trouble in your school? You come to school to learn discipline. You started with a prayers. Your classes start. You say a prayers before lunch and a prayers in the evening. Mr. Ali, there's two sides of a story. And it's going on in the Hindu school alone or the Christian school or the Muslim or the Catholic, you know. It's going on right or wrong. If it have the Azja school in Barapore and Hindu people selling it around they want to send them late because they want them learn the Muslim prayers. That is not correct, right? Our government provides for every race here, very equal. If you want to go to a Muslim school, nothing wrong, right? These traditional people build these schools to carry on their tradition. And if you would like to come and learn about our tradition, we don't have a problem with that, Mr. Ali. And in order to be a teacher, Mr. Ali, a teacher is very important. In order to be a teacher, you must know when Diwali come around to teach the children what is Diwali because they're going to see it around them. You must know about Islam. They say, well, we have a holiday next week and it's the month of fasting and when they see the moon, this is when we're going to celebrate Eid. And it's the same thing with Good Friday and Easter and all them things. So a true citizen of Trinidad and Tobago will learn about everybody thing. And if you don't know about everybody thing, what are you going to teach? What you going to teach? You're living in a society with everything. You understand? You have to listen two sides of the story. And the don't point fingers at Maharaj, that Vedic school does not fall under the Mahasabha board. Okay?
Thank you.
And look, I know some people in Naparima. They're Catholics, right? The girl pastor Marbala Junior sect. And because the father have big work, he pay big bribe. They take she. And these board schools and them entitled to 20% of their own people. So in SCA, whether you make the marks or not, you're going to that school. So isn't it unfair to the child who made the marks to go to the school and it have no room because they take 20% of their own who didn't make the marks to go to the school that they are asking to go to? Everybody want to go to Naps Convent and them school and they prayers and all them things. And Parvati and all them things, you understand?
I hear you.
But the board man taking you, even though you fail, they're taking it wrong there. You understand? So tell me what you think about that. You understand? So if they want to do something, they have to do something with all the board schools, not just one. Right? And with reference to the girl in the Mahasabha school, Lakshmi Girls. Let me tell you something. If she go in there, right, and open she sandwich a day and show it displayed, and it's beef, it have a Monday on the compound. You have to learn to fit in. You must learn to fit in. You understand? And so too, somebody from there come by you. That person have to learn to fit in. You understand?
Yes.
Allah understand. He's God. He know. He knows it's a job that you come to do. And this is the criteria of it. And we respect one another. And that is how society goes in Trinidad. But find out the two sides of the story good about that school down there. And you will know the truth, Mr. Ali.
Thank you, sir. One parent last year had an incident where the principal of that same Vedic school told her, "Why did you make a deformed child?" The parent was by me this morning by my house telling me what that principal told her. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Saeed.
Good night, sir.
You know all of this conversation about schools and entrance requirements, etc. I think we should finish everything and get all our schools to run, like Tranquility and Mova Laventille. Because it seems in this country, whenever you have a situation where people want to instill a level of discipline, whenever it is that people set up standards, we in Trinidad have people who want to break it down.
True.
And we do that in a particular way. The way is by tearing apart the individual who is supposed to be the man.
You there, caller? Apparently we lost that. So just imagine, viewers, we have a principal telling a parent, "Why did you make a deformed child?" So being a principal telling a parent that, what kind of example are you setting for a principal? And that very same principal is telling other parents she is not taking their 4-year-old and 5-year-old into that school. But parents are complaining that the very same teacher, principal, she are taking 4- and 5-year-old outside of their zone. Caller, good night. Caller, are you there? Caller, are you there? Caller?
Hi, yes. Saeed?
Yes, sir.
Apparently, we lost connection a short while ago. So I was making to you. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I was making the point to you. It seems as though our society has gotten to the point where we want to tear apart leaders and men. Right? What we have is a situation where it seems as though we will only be happy when all of our schools are run like Tranquility or Laventille Mova. Let the people fight. Let them go with guns. Let them kick one another. Let them cuss teachers. Let them look up under female teachers' skirts. And you know when?
Caller, are you there? Viewers, we are going for a break. We are going for a break, and we will be right back after this break.
Magic Soil for all plants is having a grand sale from May 1st to May 31st at all PriceMart stores. With Van Egmond, you can grow your own food with guaranteed results. For all vegetables and plants, farmers and household, it bears in 6 weeks. This is the Magic Soil from Holland. It's all about the grand super sale taking place at all PriceMart stores. Van Egmond, the Magic Soil for all plants. For more information, call the Freeport Agro Center at 790-9247 or 496-4603.
Watch boy, that phone really phone label.
Yeah, on your hand now, tell you about the temper glass.
Which part again now, boy?
You can get about Tactical Enterprises.
Well, take me then now, boy.
Let me go.
All the best in cell phone accessories. Check Tactical Enterprise. At Tactical, you get red carpet service and competitive wholesale prices on cell phone cases, Otterbox, armor speaker, tempered glass, pop sockets, memory cards, Apple and Samsung chargers, batteries, LED bulbs. Let's talk phones. J2 Prime, J2 Pro, J5 Pro, J7 Prime, S8, S8 Plus, S9, and S9 Plus. Tactical Enterprise, located at Ramgooly Trace North, Montplaisy Road, Canupia. Give them a call, 716-2900. Tactical Enterprise, where style meets technology.
Ah, boy, you get you.
Yeah, boy. I got a brand new phone, brand new case, brand new temper glass. Tactical Enterprise have it nice.
Come and experience the mighty power of Jesus Christ, which can transform your life at Christ Our Banner Ministries, number 7 Chatu Avenue, Faizabad, with Reverend Dr. Deoraj Mahadeo and Deborah Mahadeo. Weekly meetings, worship service 10 a.m. every Sunday. There's also Sunday school and new believer classes from 9 a.m. Bible study and prayer meetings from Mondays at 7 p.m. Deliverance service Wednesdays 7 p.m. and Bible school every Friday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. All free of charge. He is the God of the impossible who loves you and desires to save you and do mighty things for you. So come and experience God's mighty anointing, which is able to break every yoke in your life at Christ Our Banner Ministries, number 7 Chatu Avenue, Faizabad. For prayer and counseling, call anytime. Telephone numbers 770-1044, 225-6487, 346-6566, 784-7596, or email dmahadeo@hotmail.com.
Trinidad.
What's on the promotion? Reset Star! Another blockbuster event on July 14th at the O2 Park Shangaramas, where it all comes alive. As the biggest names in dancehall and soca superstars. Touchdown in TNT, performing live all the way from Jamaica. Massacre!
How them a go let me not hungry before? How them a go let me not stumble before?
Yeah, Mr. Man, what's all my promotion? Together as one festival of music on July 14, all road lead to O2 Park, Trinidad. I know some massacre live with the rough cut band.
Yellow, you so good that you get 10 out of 10.
And representing the red, white, and black, Lady Lava. And for now, Salty Prince Swanee. And none other than Iowa George, the biggest concert to hit TNT for 2018. Early bird tickets are on sale from the 25th of May. This event is sponsored by Dennis Carib, Pueblo Motors, Best Price Liquor Mart, and the Price is Right Supermarket. For more info, call the Tower Hotline 868-279-1148.
Trinidad.
This is the Regal range of baking and cooking products. Regal became a household name in the 1960s with icing sugar, which still is the market leader more than a half of a century later, expanding to custard powder, baking powder, cornmeal, popcorn, rolled and quick oats, peas and beans. Regal continues to make cooking and baking more fun for everyone. With the #1 roti mix in the nation, we continue to expand our product range to meet consumers' needs. Regal products for superb flavor, excellent quality and affordable prices. Available at all leading supermarkets across Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Now just imagine a parent coming to me telling me that the principal of that school allegedly told her, "Why are you making deformed babies?" Just imagine. That parent broke down in tears by my house this morning. Said, this is the child that God gave me. How can someone say such thing about my child? Imagine that. I was like, wow. I was shocked to hear somebody in authority, somebody in that level, saying something like that. Now, if me, Said, a businessman, say to the poor people, you all are poor, you all cannot step in my shoes, what does that say? I am belittling these people. That is what I am saying. Caller, good night.
Mr. Said, good evening again. You touch my heart. We have many, many women ministers who are mothers. We have many, many women who are women in positions in this country. And your program is well known. It's the talk of the tongue, Mr. Said. One woman who gave birth can understand, and do you not know somebody in position that may know Sleeping Beauty? I call upon you as a woman, please make sure that this special child is sorted out. God gave that woman that child for a reason, yes. And that headmistress has to be sent home. Mr. Garcia, I call upon you, and you are not doing anything but so once do something that God will be pleased about. And any woman out there who have a friend that is a minister that can do something, please, I appeal. And Mr. Said, please follow up this story. It is a heart-wrenching story. Thanks out.
Caller, good night.
Night. Mr. Said, that principal doesn't know. It is not a deformed child. It's a challenge child, number one. And number two, she should have known that this child was coming in, and she's supposed to educate the other students that are there in school and let them know we're going to have a challenge child coming into school, and I would like you all to take due care and attention with regards to that particular child. Because I have been through that with my nephew when he was going to school. He is not the challenge, but the challenge child was coming into the school. And the principal made it a business to go on the PA system and talk about it. And that child grew up today, and he's in university.
Thank you. Caller, good night.
Yes, good night. Hello, Sally?
Yes. Good night, sir.
Yes, hello, Sally?
Yes, go ahead, make your contribution.
Yes. Last week, Sat said to free up your vote to the Hindus. No vote for Kamala. She is a hypocrite. But I want people to know I am not no Hindu. I get to you.
Call, are you there? Apparently we lost that. We have another one. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Ali.
Good night, sir.
Yes. Last week, Sat said to the Hindu to free up your vote to Hindu, no vote for Kamala. She is a hypocrite. I am not no Hindu.
Are you there? Caller, good night. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Good night, caller.
Good night.
Hi. Yes, make a contribution there.
Could you repeat that? Hello?
Yes, my dear.
Hi, I'm calling to make a comment on the program.
Go ahead.
Oh, so what I would like to tell to the woman who was told that her child is deformed, I would like to advise her to seek legal advice, because that's blatant discrimination. And we have a culture in this country where what people in authority do is they discriminate against people who they feel they have some certain type of power over. What we need to have is a culture of litigation. People need to understand that they cannot breach the laws of the land arbitrarily. Thank you for taking my call. Good night.
Thank you, caller. And parents have been saying that they are witnessing that the school is taking 4 years and 5 years outside of the zone. And the ones that are there, they are not qualified. A lot of parents called me concerning the same thing. I met with some of them. Caller, good night. Caller, are you there? Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night. Hello, good night, Mr. Said.
Yes, good night, sir.
Yeah, I want to wish you Ramadan Mubarak and the whole Muslim community. And you're doing a good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. You see, somebody needs to stand for people. Somebody needs to stand for the one who do not have a voice. Caller, good night.
Yes, good night, Mr. Said Ali.
Good night.
I just want to call to say you're doing a very good job, and I want you to put pressure on them. And anybody who disagree with you, tell them, don't come on you on national television. I just want to say a special good night to Booty. I'm John and just a good night.
Good night, sir. No, but we can't have someone who is leading a school telling parents this. It just can't happen. Caller, good night. Caller, are you there? Caller, are you there?
Yeah, good afternoon, Ali.
Good night, sir.
Good afternoon, brother. Well, I just pick up a little, what pick up here is where I'm speaking from. Okay, in other words, pick up the program, you can always watch your program.
Thank you.
But the problem is that what I'm saying is like Mr. Sakmaraj and Ms. Kamala Bisaso is that I believe is a lady, and I believe all people call and and ridicule Miss Kamala as a woman. Oh God, we have mother. Well, I always like a boy child. One man won't want a boy. But the question if God says, okay, you're supposed to have a kid, what you will do? Is there a child? You understand? I just run up on. So, you know, that Miss Kamala is a woman. And my dream was to have a boy child. I have a daughter, and well, it don't make no difference. So, you understand that you ridicule this lady, and if she was listening to Jack Warner about the cabal, you understand? Because she need help. She's there. She's very kind. Most kind with the Baptist. Call names, man. Call names. And the point I want to make, Mr. Sakmaraj, I believe the PNM, to be frank, and them supposed to sue the Ministry of Education about that thing with this Muslim woman, because the PNM set up that to cause that division, because between Sakmaraj and the Muslim. And all I can say about Ms. Kamala, Ms. Kamala is the best Prime Minister, best leader, best, we call it, not talk, but, oh, she said, we want to see action, in other words. What's the term she used? Performance. And I'm telling you that, Ms. Ali, performance. The blasphemy a woman like that, people calling and say and talking about a woman like that. I'm saying you can give a little thing. But Ms. Kamala is the best leader. She's the best Prime Minister. I ain't talking about the rest, you know, is the best Prime Minister ever passed through Trinidad and Tobago, and still will be the best Prime Minister, and still she's great. They can't.
Thank you, caller. Viewers, we are going for a break, but we'll be right back after this break.
Hey, have you heard of the Darrell's famous food 3 T's?
The 3 T's?
Yes, at every Darrell's famous food location. Come get Thai and fries for $10 on a Tuesday. Thai and fries for $10 on a Tuesday. Darrell's famous food. Thai and fries for $10 on a Tuesday. Thai and fries for $10 on a Tuesday. Darrell's famous food. Yes, at every Darrell's famous food outlet, come and get a Thai and fries for $10 every Tuesday. This is a limited time offer.
Nabby's Medical Marketing, the one-stop shop for all your surgical and medical supplies. Presently specializing in pharmaceutical, medical, and home healthcare supplies. Nationwide distributors for pharmacies, private and public hospitals. Fully stocked showroom with a complete range of home healthcare products. Wheelchairs, walkers, hospital beds, and more. Sole distributors for the Cook medical range of products, including in vitro fertilization products, invasive as well as minimal invasive lines throughout the Caribbean. Currently supplies all IV solutions and dialysis products. Also available life support oxygen concentrators, nebulizers, and much more. Now exclusive at Nabby's. Our latest addition, the new 6-in-1 mini lab, which can be used professionally or in the privacy of your home. Tests include glucose, total cholesterol, cholesterol HDL, cholesterol LDL, triglycerides, and hemoglobin. These machines are life-saving. Visit our showroom at number 5 to 6 Harris Street, Curep. Telephone 645-5577 or 662-7533. Nabby's, the company with 40 years of experience in the medical field.
Can't dirty like we, no! Dirty behavior. Dirty behavior, dirty behavior. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, dirty behavior, dirty behavior. Dirty behavior. Dirty behavior. Can't dirty like we, no! Sharp in the evening, all flags in this fete, we will merge as one. Sharp in the morning, we start the vibe, same time we shut it down. Bucket up in, bucket of mud, up in the air, up there. We coming
JD's Furniture Store, Fairfax Street in Arima is your place for the finest furniture, appliances, and best prices around. Televisions, refrigerators, stoves, beds, and more. And at JD's, they will beat any price. Check out their specials just in time for Mother's Day. You can get a free microwave with the purchase of any Whirlpool fridge, stove, or washing machine. Spend $10,000 or more and win a free trip down the island. They also offer higher purchase specials for senior citizens. JD Furniture Store, 17B Fairfax Street in Arima. Come in today or give them a call at 307-0705.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saeed Ali. I want to say a special good night to Toronto tonight, who's locked on. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. A High Court judge, just imagine this, eh? Sometimes I just laugh, you know. A High Court judge facing the magistrate today in Port of Spain. A High Court judge, just imagine that. He was caught driving under the influence of alcohol. Judge Ramcharan. Saturday night around 11 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Driving under the influence of alcohol, where he caused an accident. The judge, it is alleged, he caused an accident. When the accident occurred, police were called in, where they administered a breathalyzer onto the judge. Now you will find it strange coming from me, eh? But I just always say, when you're sitting down on a big chair and you have a big authority, you're supposed to be setting an example. Now listen this. I do not blame the judge for drinking. That's his thing. That's his thing. But the least you could have done was hire a driver. As long as you know you're going partying, as long as you know you're going to drink, hire somebody. Now that stain on your character will live with you for the rest of your life. People will allegedly say now, that is the drunk judge. I don't want to stain your name, but that is what people are going to say. Now, when you have a victim in front of you now, what are they going to say? They were sentenced by the drunk judge? Some of you might laugh at this. And on top of this, you caused an accident now. Just imagine. Caller, good night.
Yes, good night. I would like to make a contribution.
Go ahead, caller.
Yes, sir. I agree with the last caller that he has complimented Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisasa, the Right Honorable Opposition, and the school principal in schools, they doesn't realize after they retire, they will come worse than that child that they refuse in school. The time will come. And that judge, he should set a better example than that to Trinidad and Tobago. But you know why he did that? Because it begins from higher than him. In this country, it begins from higher than him. The ministers then. What I even understand recently, you have to pay property tax for your dog kennel, your fall pub, your outhouse toilet. They're checking all that in property tax. And when you're mining a dog, you have to make a good kennel for them, because if you have a kennel, the dog will go outside on the road and bite somebody. So you have to make a kennel, they're charging property tax, but even that too. I know in this country, you know. God knows.
Thank you, caller. We have another call. Caller, good night. Caller, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, caller.
Very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
Good night to you,
I
sir.
just want to touch on something very quickly. Airtime is expensive. The Concordat was written in 1960. That is 58 years old. In my humble opinion, I think it has become obsolete. They need to revise it. And because this is what the SAT is holding on to, that the Concordat say X, Y, Z. Take, for example, and don't feel strained, but the U.S. Constitution was written by the Founding Fathers in 1776. And the Second Amendment states the right to bear arms. You have the right to bear arms. That Constitution was written 222 or 224 years ago. Look, it reached a point in the States where a student would walk in and kill a dozen and more people, right? So that has become obsolete and they need to revise that across the. I just use that as a reference to here with the Concordat. It is definitely obsolete. They need to revise it. They need to correct the thing once and for all to avoid future situation like what happened. All the best. Have a good evening.
Thank you, caller. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night. Are you there, caller? Caller, good night.
Yes, good night, sir.
Good night.
Yes, sir.
Make your contribution.
Yeah, just have a question. I received some documents from the High Court.
Go ahead.
Huh? And the man who brought it said that he is a bailiff. Is that the correct procedure?
A document from the court.
Right.
And the guy who brought it to you saying he's a bailiff?
Yeah. is that the correct procedure? And he stuck it on the gate and he told me I could take it or not, or I could leave it there.
When documents are being served by the court, they pass down to the police. That is what has happened. Now, if he has a licensed bailiff, which means you have to have a bailiff license, and that's the only way you will get documents to come. But when the bailiff bring in that document, they must be accompanied by a police officer. They must. Caller, good night. There are many people who are claiming to be bailiff, and they are not. I could claim to be a bailiff. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Good night, sir.
This is a professional consultant. What are you, a Obia man?
Anyhow you want to call me. Anyhow you want to call me. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night. Can I get your program?
Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Make your contribution.
Yes, sir. Good night. I want to know this judge. What about this judge you're talking about? That judge who drunk and driving?
But what about this judge who gave the man, charged the man $17,000 for all this cocaine? All this cocaine this man about just $17,000, this judge. So what is wrong with them fellas? Them fellas need to be going sentenced.
Police, caller, even the police officer who held that guy was shocked. I was following the story. Even the police officer in that raid was shocked. Caller, good night.
Night. Yes, sir. I would like to give you an alcohol experience that I had. I went to some friends one evening, a weekend, and we had a few drinks. Now, I know sometimes I could drink any amount of alcohol, and I wouldn't feel drunk. I could drive home and all that. Okay? What happened this particular night was I just had about one drink, and going on to another one. And suddenly I found myself to be very drunk. I mean, not very drunk, but unusually drunk. Okay? So I decided that I can't stay there anymore. Let me go home. Knowing that I only had 2 drinks. 2 drinks to drive for me is no problem, because from where it was to my home was just about 2 miles and straight road. But on the way from the let's say the party to my home, I found that I was not driving the way that I supposed to be driving. And thankfully that I hinted it to myself. And when I look at the speedometer, it was unusually high for my normal driving. Okay? What I'm getting at was that at that night, I suspect that my drink was spiked. And knowing that I could handle alcohol, and even more than how much I had at that evening, okay? Knowing that I could do it, I go ahead and drive. Perhaps other people who might go and have a few drinks with somebody, and they know that they have knowledge that they could drive back home, and perhaps the same situation could have happened where certain people, their drinks were spiked, and they didn't know, right? Now, if they knew, they would have gotten help.
Yes.
Somebody else to come and drive. If I had known that or suspected that my drink was spiked, I would have asked somebody to drop me home or take me home. But luckily, being a straight road, I was able to observe the speedometer and go right down to about 40 kilometers from about 80. Okay? If it was like a city, the city area, where you're driving and you have to stop and go up, and you can't go more than, say, 30, 40 kilometers in the city area, right?
Apparently we lost that call there, drop call. No, but what I'm saying, if you know you're drinking, and to be in that status, a judge, high court judge, you getting a stain for the rest of your life. Now, when the youths see things like this happening, who do they follow? When you have a role model acting like this and being, just imagine a judge going before a judge now under a DUI, driving under influence. What's going on? Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night. With reference to that judge, he should know better than that, because he would tell me I should know better than that.
That is what I'm saying.
I have no problem with that judge drinking. He's only a human. Yes. But you must have your chauffeur with you. A big-time judge does have a chauffeur, a trusted chauffeur, right? And with the person who called just now with the summon and the bailiff, yes. When come to magistrate's matter, police does have to serve the summon. When come to high court matter, you, Mr. Ali, could serve a summon. Normally you wouldn't do it. So the person will pay a bailiff to go and do it, because the bailiff had to put in an affidavit that the summon was served. Them little law clerks and things that serve the summon. If the man had a lawyer, they would have served it on the lawyer.
Yes.
But he didn't have a lawyer, so they served it on him home. If he refused to accept it from the bailiff, it is the law that you could drop it or leave it there for him and go, because you will have to put that on the affidavit. He refused to take it. I stick it on the gate and I left. So So that is how it is done. So in High Court, anybody could serve a High Court summon once you're willing to put in an affidavit that it was served.
Thank you for that information, caller. No, but that is what I'm saying. You know, if you have role models in Trinidad and it have youths and law students, I want to be like this judge. I want to be like this lawyer. And when they do check, just imagine the judge appearing in front of a judge. And the lawyer appearing in front of a judge now for misconduct, for cursing, for drinking, for fighting. How do you expect society to be? Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night.
Yes, caller.
Things that Ms. Kamala do under of government. For instance, for like the Baptists. I don't want to call a brother, he's a Muslim. They call him Wayne Mohammed. He was on the hot seat program sometime it was the other day. I think it was sometime last week. And Mr. Hardy asked him, the government, what government ever do anything for you? He said, no government ever do nothing for me. He said, and Mr. Hardy asked him the question again. And then he come out and he said, the only person do something for him is Ms. Kamala Bissau. Okay? You listening? Yes. So then he come back and say yes, and then Ms. Kamala, you know, he had to say because it's right by the heart. And then he said, she built a lot of schools, you know, and she do a lot of things she do a lot of things. But she built schools for the Hindus and them. I mean, I wouldn't do such a thing like that for you, which 30-something years, this is just leading party, and they never do nothing, even for the Baptists. Who did it for the Baptists? As African people who suffer the most, who still suffer in this country as the Baptists. The Baptist people suffering in this place still. No, I mean suffering. I mean the prayer. I ain't talking suffering in it, you know, but you know, they have no. I don't know.
Thank you, caller. Viewer, just a little follow-up on the SRP who was held in England, Gatwick Airport, with the 1 kilogram of cocaine, PC Ramdale. He was assigned as a foot patrol in the Shoguners police station. He has been suspended from TNT police force, and further investigation are continuing with the TNT police force working together with the London police force. So that's just an update on the officer who have been held. We have a call. Caller, good night.
Yes, good night.
Good night, sir. Make a contribution.
Yes, I just want to point out one thing is that we should not be looking at voting still in race, and I think that's backward. We're supposed to be looking at programs and policies, and that is where the voters should be thinking. What Sat said there, in my mind, doesn't make sense. People should be looking at choosing somebody or someone or some party that really has good policies and all these things in place. That's the first thing. The second thing is that, like in everything, you have bad. You have bad policemen, you have bad lawyers, you also have bad judges. There's a percentage. And therefore, when you weigh, let me say, 1 or 5 out of 100, you know, from a society point of view, we have to let our young people know that there is 95 good and there's 5 bad. And in everything there is, some level of negativity. And when we go to weigh the scale and say, okay, so one judge was found drunk, does it mean that the next 95, we just judge them just like that?
Caller, I want you to understand.
Yes, go ahead.
Being a judge, you passing down sentence to drunk drivers. You seizing drivers' permit from drunk drivers. You jailing drunk drivers. You ordering drunk drivers to pay a fine as a magistrate or a judge. Now look at this. You being a judge now, being charged on that DUI, on top of it, you cause an accident.
Right. But what I'm saying, at the end of the day, he will have to pay the consequence of what is being done. He has to pay. And therefore, yes, there is some form of consequence. And that is necessary. And I do agree that he's a judge, he sits on a bench, and he should be setting a better example, and many of them should be.
Simple.
But at the end of the day, the fact is there's a consequence, whether we like it or not, and there are some good judges too. So we need to balance everything, you know, in that particular way. I mean, I suppose if he has to be debarred from the bench, so be it. There's a consequence, and people must understand there's a consequence for doing wrong things. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Now, like I say, I'm not bashing the judge, you know, but sitting down on that chair, passing sentence, you ought to know better. You ought to know better. And the thing is, people wouldn't pick up this matter and talk. You know why? You know why? Because they're afraid of the judge. I'm telling you, I'm being real here. I am being real. People will afraid to talk about this. People would even afraid to talk about, you know, daddy drunk judge. They would afraid to say that. But somebody need to take a stand and let the public know these are people in authority. They're supposed to be setting a better example. Now, being on TV, the world understands that Said is a spiritual individual who does spiritual work. Now, let's say one carnival, now you see Said jumping up, Juve morning, with a short pants, bareback, paint up. You know what people can say? But I thought that is the spiritual man. He's a Muslim and look where he did, in a carnival band. What example am I setting now? What example am I setting? Knowing you're a talk show host, knowing you're standing up for the people who don't have a voice, knowing you just do spiritual work, on top of it you're a Muslim. What grounds am I side setting? You have a call? Call a good night. Just think about it, viewers. What example am I setting? Nobody say don't go out, don't have your drink, don't go to a party. But when you're doing these things and you know you're sitting down in authority, have a driver. If you had a driver, you'd have never been in this case. You're charged, a judge gone before a judge. What shame is that? What shame is that? That is international news. It happened in Trinidad. Just imagine that. I thought we would have never reached where judge had a facing judge. Look what's happening now. That time reached now. Viewers, we are almost out of time for tonight. But I want to say to the businessman and the businesswoman, advertise your business on Real Talk. And you will see how fast your product will go. You will see how fast you will make money. Because I am in talks with some big businessmen who have decided to start advertising on Real Talk. Because they understand that Said is planted firm on the ground. And I know what I am about. What time is the rerun tomorrow, guys? 2:30? Viewers, we have a rerun of this program tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Join me right here tomorrow night, Said Ali with Real Talk. We're here in Real Talk. Judge, set a better example. Viewers, good night.